Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, today I'm bringing you guys my July book haul. Before we dive into this specific haul, I have actually filmed a birthday book haul. For those of you who don't know, my birthday is on the 3rd of July and I did receive a lot of books as gifts. So I will leave that video linked up above and down below if you guys would like to see which books I received for my birthday, because I'm not going to be mentioning them in this video. Now, I did so well with my book buying this month, guys, until the very last week. As you've seen from the thumbnail, I have a big stack of books to show you. However, it is a little bit deceiving, and that is because I do actually have a load of books from the same series and by the same author, which if you followed me for a while you will probably know who the author is and which books I am on about. So I do have 16 books to show you guys today, but 12 of those books are the ones from the same author, which I have just spoken about. Without further ado though, let's just dive into the haul, because I do have some amazing sounding books here that I would like to talk to you guys about, and I also have some books that I'm so happy to be adding to my collection. First up, you guys, I'm gonna start off with this massive stack of books, which if you can't tell are some more books in the Detective Hercule Poirot series by Agatha Christie. These are all murder mysteries following Detective Hercule Poirot as he finds himself involved in a lot of different murders, and he of course takes it upon himself to figure out what is going on, because his mind just works so differently and he sees a lot of things that other people miss out on. Now, as you can see, I do have a lot of these, and the reasoning behind it is that these editions are actually going out of print, and with all of my collection so far being in these editions, I couldn't risk it, you guys, so I took the plunge and decided to order the books that I needed to complete my collection, which are of course these 12 books. So I will just show you them individually, but I won't go into the synopsis for each and every single one of them. As I mentioned previously, they're all murder mystery books following Detective Hercule Poirot, so I wouldn't have too much to say about these books in particular anyway. So the books go as follows: The Labours of Hercules, Taken at the Flood, Mrs. McGinty's Dead, After the Funeral, Hickory Dickory Dock, Dead Man's Folly, Cat Among the Pigeons, The Clocks, Third Girl, Elephants Can Remember, Poirot's Early Cases, and Curtain, Poirot's Last Case. Now, if you are a fellow Agatha Christie lover, you'll know that there is a book missing from this stack, and that one is of course Halloween Party. Now, this is one I've put off buying for a while because I have read it and I did enjoy it, and so I know that that is a book that when I buy it, it won't add to my physical TBR. However, I did decide to go and purchase myself a copy whilst I was ordering the rest of these books, and I realised that the edition that I need for it is again out of stock. I didn't realise that the new film A Haunting in Venice is based off of Halloween Party. Of course they have different names and it just never occurred to me, to be honest with you guys, and so imagine my disappointment and frustration when I found out that this edition is no longer being printed. But I did pre-order a new edition of this book that I'm hoping will have the same logo on the spine. For those of you who don't know, all of Agatha Christie's Poirot books have a moustache on the spine, as you can see there, and so I'm just hoping that it does match the rest of these books, otherwise I genuinely will want to cry. That is definitely a first world problem though. As I mentioned, I will have an edition of that book, which I'm extremely thankful for, and now that I've finally hauled these for you guys, I can put them on my shelves and see my almost full collection, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait to see how they all look together. This has been a long time in the making, and it definitely would have taken longer had Waterstones not forced my hand by removing these editions of the books. Right, enough about the Poirot books, because I feel like some of you guys will be sick of seeing them on my channel. As I mentioned, I now have 4 hardcover books to show you. However, 2 of them are subscription box books, so I will show them at the very end. So to be honest, buying 2 hardcover books for myself isn't really too bad this month. I know I spent a lot on the Poirot books, but I did actually have some Waterstones points racked up, so that took a big chunk of money off of my total, and I do get a cheeky little teacher's discount as well, so I didn't spend as much as some of you guys may be thinking I have, but as I mentioned, I no longer need to buy any more Poirot books, which will save me a lot of money going forward, and I'm really happy that I did technically only buy 2 hardcover books for myself this month. The first of the hardcovers is this stunning edition of City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is the second book in the Immortal Instruments series. For those of you who don't know, the Immortal Instruments series is one of my favourite ever series. I absolutely love it. It's definitely due a reread, so I'm hoping that these opinions still stand. But how could I not pre-order this beautiful edition, you guys? I do actually unbox this in my birthday vlog, so if you would like to see my first reaction to seeing this book and comparing it to the first book, which is of course City of Bones, I will once again have that linked up above and down below for you guys. But this is such a beautiful edition. I love that they've gone with a blue colour, because the first one is more of a burgundy and this is definitely more my vibe. So this is a little close-up of the book itself. It is beautiful, as I mentioned, and we have all of these runes in these circles, which you can see there. And then if I open it up, you can see that the design extends onto the back of the book as well. And for the end pages, we have this rune, which I can't quite remember what it is, but it's all over and it just says all the stories are true, which you'll know if you're a Shadowhunters fan that that is such an iconic line from the series. Now, I can't tell you too much about this book in particular because it is the second book in a very expansive world. However, in the first book we follow our main character, Clary Frey, who goes out to a nightclub one night and sees something that she was never supposed to see. This haunts her for quite a few days until one of the people that was involved in what she saw follows her and confronts her and ultimately tells her that she is a Shadowhunter. For those of you who don't know, Shadowhunters have both human blood and angel blood, and the Angel Raziel has tasked them with ridding the world of demons, and that is what they've been doing for centuries. However, recent demonic activity has increased and the Shadowhunters are facing a lot more problems with these demons and getting rid of them. So Clary and her best friend Simon are sucked into this completely new world, and we follow them as they try to cope with this and as they form new relationships with our characters as well. This is a phenomenal series. I'm sure most of you have read it. As I mentioned previously, it is a favourite of mine. I would love to do a reread very soon, and I'm just a sucker for pretty editions of these Shadowhunter books. So of course I pre-ordered this one. It arrived just before my birthday, which was a lovely surprise, and I'm extremely happy to be adding this one to my collection. Next up is another book that I pre-ordered, and this one is Inkblood, Sister Scribe by Emma Tors. As it was a pre-order, I did get myself the Waterstones exclusive edition of this book, which is just beautiful. Look at these frayed edges, you guys. I am just obsessed. I don't know if there's anything else that is particularly exclusive about it. There's nothing on the book itself, but let me check if it's signed. Yes, it is. Okay, so it is a signed copy, which is lovely. To be honest, all I know about this one, guys, is that it's a book about books, which instantly has me sold. But I've just read the little snippet at the bottom now, and I need to pick this up as soon as possible. It says, a spellbinding, edge-of-your-seat thriller, Inkblood, Sister Scribe is a mystery steeped in magic and dark ancient powers that will appeal to everyone who loves books, libraries, and an all-consuming page-turning read. Doesn't that just encompass everything that I love in one book? I need to try and read this month, guys. I feel like this is going to be a new favourite just from that synopsis, and I'm so glad that past me decided to pre-order it. On the back it just says, two sisters tasked with guarding a library of magical but deadly books, a shadowy organisation that will risk anything to possess them, even murder. I'm sold. I want to read this as soon as possible. I am just going to try and peel off the sticker that says it's a Waterstones exclusive edition, because otherwise I'll forget and then it will be stuck to the book forever. So pray for me, guys. Oh my gosh, I've done it. And it's completely fine. I'm so happy. I hate it when stickers leave residue or they break whilst you're trying to peel them off. So that was definitely a risky move, but I'm glad that I did it. This is definitely high priority on my TBR now. I feel like I'm going to read it more towards September time because I'm extremely busy in August and I have a massive TBR for that month as it is. But I'm very excited to get to this. It's also a debut novel, so I'm hoping that if I do enjoy this book, that I can then read more from this author in the future. I'd love to keep up with their releases, and yeah, this is a beautiful book to have as a debut novel. I cannot wait to get to it. It should be something that I really do enjoy, and hopefully that turns out to be the case. The next book I'm going to show you was the Fairyloot book of the month for July, and that one is Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. Now, I'm not going to give you guys an in-depth look at this book because I do have an unboxing dedicated to this book, which again I will leave linked up above and down below for you guys, but this is beautiful. It has stunning sprayed edges, and the story itself sounds so intriguing as well. Now, if you guys don't know, Chloe Gong has published quite a few novels now. The one that I've read from her is These Violent Delights. I still haven't read the sequel to that book, which is awful, I know, but I really did enjoy it. That one was a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, set set in 1920s Shanghai. For this one, she is staying with the same theme. It says, Chloe Gong's adult epic fantasy debut, inspired by Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, is a fiery collision of power plays, spilled blood, and romance amidst a set of deadly games. Again, I'm not going to read much more than that. I don't really want to know too much about this one before diving in. I didn't with These Violent Delights, and I did have a really good time with it. However, I think the reason that I haven't picked up the sequel is because that book did involve a pandemic type of illness, which is just not the vibe right now. So hopefully this one will tackle something different. I'm bound to love the setting. It's meant to be an action-packed book, which will hopefully mean that it's a fast-paced book, and that is definitely what I will be needing as we get into the last few months of the year, because it's just going to be extremely busy for me, and I feel like this type of book will be exactly what I need. And then the book of the month for Illumicrate was The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. This again is another beautiful book, but I'm not going to show you too much of it because I do have a dedicated unboxing, which again you can check out up above or down below. From what I can see, there isn't a little snippet that tells you what this book is about, so I will just read you the synopsis for this. It says, Rena is desperate. Stuck living on the edges of society, her only salvation lies in an invitation from a grandmother she's never known. But the journey is dangerous, and prayer can't always avert disaster. Attacked by creatures that stalk the region, Rena is on the verge of death until her grandmother, a dark sorceress, intervenes. Now dependent on the Donna's magic for her life, Rena will do anything to earn and keep her favour, even the bidding of an ancient god who whispers to her at night. Eva Cassar is unwanted. Illegitimate and of mixed heritage, Eva is her family's shame. She tries her best to be perfect and to hide her oddities, but Eva is hiding a secret. Magic calls to her. Eva knows she should fight the temptation. Magic is the sign of the dark god, and using it is punishable by death. Yet it's hard to deny power when it has always been denied to you. Eva is walking a dangerous path, one that gets stranger every day. And in the end, she'll become something she never imagined. Now, I feel like that synopsis doesn't give too much away, but I am instantly intrigued. To be honest though, the size of this one does put me off. It is a hefty book, and it comes in at around 540 pages. So this may be one that I put to the side just for now, because I have been prioritizing other things recently, and I haven't been reading as many books as I would like to be getting to. But nonetheless, I'm so excited for this one. I may try and read it in October, because it is giving me the spooky vibes for that month. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully I can get to it soon. This has had so much hype on social media, and it is one that I am very excited about, and I'm glad that I do have this gorgeous Illumicrate edition now to add to my collection. So there we have it, guys. These are all of the books that I bought in July. I know this is a lot, but apart from the Poirot books, it was definitely a better reading month for me in terms of me not buying books, but it did get out of hand once I saw that these editions were going out of print, and I would rather spend my money on them now, get them all, than regret it in the future and have mismatched editions of them. But all in all, I feel like this is a very good stack. I'm so excited for every single one of these books, and if you do have any thoughts on any of the books in this stack, please do leave them down below, spoiler free of course. I love chatting to you guys about the books that I haul and plan to read, and if you tell me good things about them, then of course that bumps them up on my TBR as well. If you have made it this far through into the video and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and comment some bookish emojis down below for me. I feel like this was definitely a shorter video than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It blows me away that you guys watch these all the way through. So if you are still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and leave me the bookish emoji down below now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!